sensor isn't reading. That's not good. Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is Dave. We are on our way home from work. It has been a longer day than I had hoped, but that's the way it usually goes before a vacation. But we are finally on Thanksgiving break. So, no, just kidding. We are finally on Thanksgiving break and on our way home to take the car out and get some tuning done on it. So what I'll be doing is setting up a few of the GoPros. We'll get some road footage. I will load the tune from Shane on there. And we'll get a little bit of just, you know, part throttle, normal cruising, idling, that type of information for him, so that he can make sure that the tune is sound and everything is clean there. I'll put in the additional gaskets that I need to. I'll get you a little bit of video on that so you guys understand what the heck I was doing there. Overall, I'm really excited, and I'm also excited because I have a little surprise for you guys. Michael Korsner of Jersey Devil Photo LLC has given me a little sample, a little taste of the pictures and video that he did the day of the Holden Showdown, and wow. There is a big difference, and I don't care if you call it, you attribute it to the equipment that you use, but there's also a level of skill in taking these types of pictures. So I'm really excited. He took some really kick-ass photos. So why don't you guys enjoy that while we get ready for some road footage and the rest of this video. So we're back. Here you go. Here's the plastic grommet. It has a real simple, I just drilled a real simple hole through it and then ended up slicing it with a razor blade just to kind of open it up. What I'll end up doing is we'll do the glove box first, since it's the easiest by far. And let's take you inside, show you what's doing in there, but I'm just going to end up wrapping it over the harness and popping it in the through hole so it cleans it up a little bit. So let's get down to business. So you can see here, I apologize, probably not the best lighting here. There's probably really bad glare in your face, but you can see the hole here inside the glove box. All I'm going to end up doing is wrapping this grommet around that harness and popping it in the hole. So through the magic of cinematography, there you go, guys. Boom, done, installed. And I'm going to be honest with you, these things suck. These are cheap. They don't stay in very well. So what I'm going to have to end up doing is more than likely putting a little bit of adhesive on this so that it sticks well. It gets the job done. It cleans it up. But it is not a very high quality product. But again, there you go. You get what you pay for. So I paid $12 for 10 of them. So that should tell you how shitty they are. So it'll work for it. It's good enough for what I needed to do. So I'm going to just stick with it. I'm going to find some adhesive laying around. I know I have something, some Gorilla Glue or something. Just put a little bit on there, push it back on there, and we should be good to go. It'll set up. It should be fine. But believe it or not, a lot harder to find than you'd think for something quality, but that's what you get sometimes when you buy stuff off of Amazon. Let's get it into the other spot. It'll work for what I need to. Let's just keep moving, man. I want to drive this car. Stay tuned. Yeah, we got to get some lab content on here. Got a little bit of a cough there. Oh, my goodness. What are you doing? Oh, my goodness. We didn't even make it. It didn't even make it. All right, guys. So we're tucked in here inside the wheel well. This will show you kind of where I ran the wiring. So like I said, so you can't really see where I'm pointing to necessarily, but up along the wheel well, along the edge here, there's like a ridge inside the fender wall. You take this inner liner out. It's really simple. So you have a bit here, and it's a T15 will work. And I apologize because there's like a 10-inch range where it'll focus, but I'm using the living crap out of this thing. So it's a T15, and I love this little guy. So let's just loosen these guys up. I apologize, the lighting isn't great here, but I'm not going to take the whole thing out because you'll be able to see what I need to get to. All right, so I'm going to pull these bolts out, and then there's some clips underneath here. So let me hop down. Oh, I might not have grabbed the tool. Hold on one second. Let me go grab another tool. I apologize. And you're going to have some really, really interesting video here of nothing. So let's see. Here we go. All right. I'm back. I wasn't gone for long. My apologies. We'll do a nice fade there. But then you need something along the lines of this pick, for lack of a better term, and you can see it, it has the hooked end on it. And what you do, there's these clips all along in here. There's one up here. You can't really see, it's a little out of frame. There's one right up here you got to get to, and there's one over here in the corner you have to get to. There's a couple on the top, but for what I need to do, I don't think you're going to need to get to it. So there's like 2 on the bottom, there's 1 over here, there's 2 actually over on this side. Very easy to get to, so I'll just kind of show you what I do. You kind of just get it underneath there, pull it down, clip comes right out. It's really simple. They're basically self-locking, very straightforward, very easy to use. So this takes a couple seconds to use, to do this, but, boom, boom, out. That's, they're out, ready to go. And I'll put these back in here. And then this is basically loose in this section here. I got this one out here. This will actually come out pretty easily. There's another one up here. I just need to get to one thing that's over here. So I'm going to get down on the ground. Much easier to do this with the wheels out, with the wheel off, by the way. But you can. Sorry, here you're going to get some bald spot action. But there's 2 clips here. And you basically just pull down on that. That pulls the little centerpiece out. So you can see that there. The little centerpiece. And then the clip itself just pops right out, like really easily. Boom. 1. And we'll do this other one here. Boom. And then that centerpiece comes out. And then what you do is you kind of just, you muscle it out. Don't, take your time. Don't Incredible Hulk it, because then you break the clip and you're going to end up drinking your dinner or hating yourself. Or just going to the dealership and getting some more clips. But the way that things seem to run these days at GM, you mess up a clip, you basically have to buy an entire new car. So, that's the beautiful part about when I was doing the transmission. I loved it, because when I was doing the transmission, and we'll do a little thing here, I wanted to get an extra clip to hold down some of the wires. Oh, you got to buy the whole harness. It's a 25-cent clip that I have to buy probably, the way that it works with GM, probably $1,000 harness for the transmission. So I was like, hard pass. So let's get this back down here, see if I can get you in a good position here to see what we're doing. And we're shaking around a little bit. But so when you pull this back, boom, you see exactly what I did. Now this harness that you see, let me see if I can do this without a tremendous amount of shadow. So I'm going to pull this back, kind of lean it up against the brakes here, and hopefully be able to keep it from moving. All right, that'll get the job done for now. That is the hole I drilled. Really straightforward, and you hit the foam. So this was the plug. Well, don't drill through that. That's just going to get you into this void where you can't actually get the wiring to go up in the fender well. This wiring right here is actually my wiring for my auxiliary pump. But you can see it's 2 wires. Sorry that I'm blocking this again. But it's 2 wires that are coming up over the fender well here and down. And then really all I'm going to do here is take this clip. I'm going to slide this over this, bring this down since it has these 2 harnesses, and I'm just going to very neatly pop it in place in this hole here. But before I do that, I'm going to slap a little bit of Gorilla Glue on it, and we're going to make sure that it's securely in place. Tubes, because it's not holding up well in the garage. But let's get this over top of this very simply, and then we're going to slide it down, and I'm going to pull it so that there's some slack in the well, but we're just going to push that in as tight as I can get it, and we're going to kind of just make sure that she's secure in there, and boom, she's in. All right, so yeah. This isn't the best view. I apologize for the fact that it's like insanely dirty in here, but this is what happens when you're rushing to get shit done and then still having a life outside of here. One of the things I didn't show you guys, which I may actually do today as well, is I got to find a 9-volt battery for this in my house somewhere, but this is actually to recalibrate your tire pressure monitoring system sensors. I don't care about them right now just because I'm taking the car for a ride just to get some data logging. I'll do that. I may even make it as part of this video. But right now what we do, we have the Shane's tune is in here, and I have my logging in here. One of the things that I want to do, and this is something that Shane will send you if you work with him, is he has a certain way he wants the channels and the layout to be. It should still be that way, but what I'm going to do is just give you a real quick, how to do that for guys who are new to this and are as bad at it as I am. For some reason, I can do all the mechanical stuff, but, and I think this is actually already set up for this because I already see that the MPVI is already in there. But just to make sure, I'm going to go in. He wants the layout in there, so I'm going to put it layout, and then you're going to want to open the layout. Okay, and then what it's going to do is try to find it's in my LSA Tune Files folder. That's the one you want. Probably nothing's going to change, but boom, that opens up. It has everything that we care about in here. Okay, and then we want to go in, and in channels, you're going to want to go in this section here. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but there's a little folder right in this area here. You're going to want to open channel config. It's going to go to the same folder because that's where I did before, so I obviously did this, but boom. There you go, channels selected. Now we're actually ready to do data logging if we need to. So I'm gonna minimize this, and I have the HP tuner file is open. It is actually ready to write to the vehicle. So what I'm gonna do is get in a car. I can't guarantee you this is gonna film all that great while I'm doing this, but you've seen me do this a few times. So I'm just gonna, let's get to the car. Let's go from there, and then we'll do some data logging, all right? All right, guys, so we're in the car right now. I have it initialized basically. You're holding this guy for 7 seconds and then no foot on the brake or anything. So now I'm in the tune. All right, what you're going to want to do is, for something like Shane's tunes, he's very specific on what he wants you to do, all right? So just follow what he's telling you to do. Boom, right and tire on only the PCM. Transmission is right calibration, and the the computer for the fuel mile, FPCM. So what you want to do is right and tire because you're putting a new operating system on it. So now what it's going to do is it's looking for everything. It's initializing the controller. It's going in, it's booting everything. So now it's going to go through the process of putting an entirely new operating system on the car. So this is the part where you get kind of nervous. So it's going to go and do its thing. And it's now writing, so it's doing its thing. It's gonna take about 6 minutes. During this time, I've got a lot of things running, which are, it's a little nerve-wracking, but the battery should be up to the task of doing this. But it should be able to write all this. It's a strong battery, so I'm gonna kill it for now while it's doing its thing. All right, guys. So here we go. This is gonna be the first start. Fingers crossed. get across the road. And of course, because of the issues with the train going by, they've got every crossing blocked. That's all right though. Wow, man, whew, this thing has not run in quite a while, man. It is definitely, you can just smell it. The car hasn't ran in a bit. I gotta figure out why my yeah, see, it's already starting to adjust. Where were we at about? Sensor isn't reading. That's not good. Alright, I'm gonna take this back. My map sensor isn't reading. I gotta figure out what's going on there. It's off again. Alright guys, I am sorry that we are back online so late. But that's such is life. So I'm basically just going through right now, taking a look at everything. I figured out what the hell the problem was, or at least what I believe the problem was. So we're gonna go and get a log for Shane. Of course, I have DTC codes that were thrown all over the place, but it's mainly due to the fact that the map sensor kept dropping out on me. And I apologize if you guys are having trouble seeing me, but this is what you get for running at night. So I'm gonna do the best I can to get out of the driveway here without slamming into anything. And then we're gonna do a little bit of driving because my backup camera has now shit the bed, so I can't do much with that. But for now, we're just gonna take our time coming down the driveway. I may have to get these windows not doing it, but now the map sensor is absolutely working. Our whatchamacallit tune, it started up beautifully. So I think, oh geez, my recycling bin went flying. All right, so let's see. So we're out in here. So here's what we're gonna do. We are filming outside too, so hopefully we get this. I'm just looking here, watching the maps because the thing took a dump on me. It was the pins inside there that were the problem. But I'm looking at the whatchamacallit, the air fuel. As soon as I get into the gas, it starts to drop. Guys, so we're just about done our maiden voyage. You know, I guess I was being a little paranoid. There's been no knock retard, so my guess is that either the knock sensors aren't working or things seem to be working okay. From what I can tell, the short-term fuel trims look good. Long terms, they have their moments. I mean, it's making me nervous that we're, you know, in the 14 area. very high 13s occasionally, and then occasionally, you know, when you let off the throttle, it goes, you know, 15 or 16, you know, it'll spike to that. That I know is normal. Like that, I've seen that happen before. It never stays there very long, only for like a split second. So, have plenty of content here for Shane to take a look at. It's been at least, I gotta have at least 15-20 minutes worth of a log here, so I'll have to go back and look, but it, you know, I should be in pretty good shape. But I'm pretty happy overall. I think we're in good shape. I don't think we have to worry about at least for the cruising, everything seems fine. No real stumbling or anything like that. You know, I'm not looking at the wideband just because I know that the tune that CSP originally put in it was like pig rich, but so this, you know, overall I'm pretty happy with it. I'll get her back in the garage. It started beautifully, so I can't, I can't really get you know, too upset about that. It's driving beautifully. You know, no real sign. Once in a while, a little weirdness on the trans, but not anything that's like really like I'm gonna freak out about. So I'm running out of battery on the one up there. So I think what we'll do is I'm gonna get this tune sent out. Hopefully, I'm sorry, get this log file sent out to Shane. That's it, guys. We did it. So, of course, even the maiden voyage here wasn't without its problems. So, you know, let's get her parked. Let me pick up this knocked over recycling bin, and let's get this movie posted for you guys. So we're getting there, guys. No burnout today for the person who requested it. No giant smoky burnout down the driveway. We're gonna ease into that. All right. So thanks for watching, guys, and keep on watching. And you know, hopefully we'll get to the track in the next few weeks. But we have a really cool get together with a bunch of Holdens out in King of Prussia, so you'll get plenty of footage for that. And I gotta figure out why the hell my camera stopped working, my backup camera. So all right, I gotta start parting it out, right? So take care, guys. Thanks a lot.